paper trembles in my hands. Your name is carved into the silence. A voice I buried in the fog still finds a way to pull me under. I hear you breathing through the static, a memory dressed in fading light. The town is calling like a wound that never learned to close itself. I walk into the mist you left behind, searching for the truth I tried to hide. Your letter burns a hole inside my chest, a promise I could never keep alive. Footsteps echo through the empty street. Every shadow wears your shape. I chase the ghost of who we were, but every corner bends the truth. If I could rewrite the final moment, erase the weight of what I've done, would you still whisper from the darkness, or would the silence finally let me go? I walk into the mist you left behind, searching for the truth I tried to hide. Your letter burns a hole inside my chest, a promise I could never keep alive. Dissolves beneath my feet. The world is fading into gray. The silence hums like something breathing just beyond the edge of sight. Shapes are moving distance, or maybe it's the past I left behind. Every step feels like a memory, trying hard to drag me back. I'll walk into the fog that knows my name, a place that bends the truth I try to tame. The air is heavy with the things I've done, and every shadow whispers, you can't run. You can't run. looks like broken film. Frames missing where the truth should be. A voice calls out from somewhere hollow, a voice that sounds too much like me. If this is where the answers hide, then let the mist consume my fear. I'll follow every twisted echo until the truth becomes too loud to bear. I walk into the fog that knows my name, a place that bends the truth I tried to tame. The air is heavy with the things I've done, and every shadow whispers, you can't run. You can't run. You move like something I remember, but softer than the truth I hide. A shadow shaped like comfort, wrapped in a voice I can't deny. Your smile cuts through all my silence, a warmth I know I shouldn't feel. You wear her face like borrowed sunlight, a dream that never should be real. Maria, why do you look at me that way? Like you already know the words I'm afraid to say. Maria, you pull me closer to the light, a touch that feels like mercy wrapped in white. Sync with all my weakness, a mirror made of everything I crave. But every time I reach to hold you, the fog reminds me what I gave. If you're the part of me I buried, tell me why you feel alive. A ghost that whispers in my heartbeat, a truth I'm terrified to recognize. Maria, afraid to say. Maria, you pull me closer to the light. A touch that feels like mercy wrapped in white. There's a crack beneath my heartbeat where the memories start to bleed. I hear the truth behind the silence, a voice I never meant to free. Shadows crawl along the edges of the things I swore I'd never face. Every lie becomes a mirror, showing me the parts I can't erase. These are the things we hide, buried deep where the light can't find. The ghost we keep inside, waiting for the moment we unwind. Secret pressing down like rusted chains. The fog reveals what I've forgotten, whispers softly through my veins. If I peel away the layers, will I still recognize my name? Or will the truth beneath the surface be the one I've tried so hard to tame? These are the we hide, buried deep where the light can't find. The ghost we keep inside, waiting for the moment we unwind. Heavy footsteps in the darkness echo through the hollow air. a shape carved out of punishment, a truth I never meant to wear. Metal groans like something waking, chains that drag across the floor. He moves the way my guilt would move. If it could take a form I can't ignore. You are the weight I tried to hide, the judgment walking right beside. Red pyramid, every step becomes a scar, a sentence written where my memories are. Doesn't speak, but I can hear him in the spaces where my secrets live. A silent verdict in his shadow, a price the fog won't let me give. If he is born from what I buried, then he is everything I fear. A mirror made of rust and violence, a truth that's always drawing near. Red pyramid, you are the weight I tried to hide, the judgment walking right beside. Red pyramid, every step becomes a scar, a sentence written where my memories are. You walk through shadows like they're harmless, unafraid of all the things I see. Your laughter cuts through all the silence, like a truth that never needed me. You carry pieces of a kindness in every step you leave behind, a memory shaped like forgiveness, a light I thought I'd never find. Laura, you're the part of her I lost, a gentle voice, untouched by cause. me without the judgment that every ghost around me wears. A child untouched by all the torment, a heart that doesn't know despair. If I could see the world like you do, would all this fog begin to fade? Or am I trapped inside the choices of a man I never meant to make? Laura, you're the part of her I lost, a gentle voice, untouched by cost. Laura, you remind me who she was before the weight of all my flaws. The walls are breathing like they're wounded. Heat is rising through the floor. A fire built from every memory of hands that never learned to care. Your voice is trembling in the silence, a fragile echo wrapped in fear. You walk like someone made of ashes, afraid the wind will pull you clear. This room was never yours to hold, a place where innocence grows cold. Angela, the flames reflect the truth you hide, a world that burned you from inside. You stare at me like I'm a stranger, another shadow in the haze. laughter echoes like a weapon, every word a sharpened blade. You look at me like I'm a punchline, another joke that never fades. I hear the whispers in the corners, voices call from every sky. You think I'm weak because I'm quiet, but silence only hides the war. You're the anger I denied, a storm that's been too long inside. Every wound becomes a flame, a world that taught you how to aim. You say they pushed until you shattered, and now the pieces cut like glass. You wear your pain like heavy armor, a shield against the things that pass. Their violence is the only language that ever listened when you cried. Then every step you take is justice, twisted by the hurt you hide. Eddie, you're the anger I denied, a storm that's been too long inside. Eddie, every wound becomes a flame, a world that taught you how to aim. The lobby hums with faded echoes, a song we left behind the years. The wallpaper peels like old forgiveness, a memory stained with quiet tears. Your laughter lingers in the hallways, a ghost that dances in the dust. I hear your voice behind the static, calling from a place I used to trust. Lakeview, where the truth begins to rise. Reflections hiding in your eyes. Lakeview, every room becomes alive, a story I was never meant to hide. The piano plays a broken rhythm, keys that tremble like my hands, a melody we once believed in, now drowning in the shifting sands. If love could haunt the walls around us, then this is where it learned to fade. A photograph that won't stop burning, a promise neither one of us could say. begins to rise. Reflections hiding in your eyes. Lakeview, every room becomes alive. A story I was never meant to hide. The screen flickers like a heartbeat, too faint to trust, too loud to hide. A moment frozen in the shadows, a truth I buried deep inside. Your voice is trembling through the static, a fading echo of our last goodbye. I watch myself in silent horror, a stranger wearing my own eyes. The tape reveals the part of me I fear, a memory I never truly cleared. The tape becomes the mirror I deny, a truth that kills the man I try to hide. The room grows smaller as it's playing, each frame a weight I can't escape. I see the ending I created, a choice that sealed my final fate. If guilt could carve itself in motion, then this is where the story bleeds. A moment captured without mercy, a wound replaying as it feeds. The tape reveals the part of me I fear, a memory I never truly cleared. The tape becomes the mirror I deny, a truth that kills the man I try to hide. The shoreline fades beneath the silence. The world grows distant as I breathe. The water holds me like confession, truth I never meant to leave. Your voice is drifting through the current, a memory softened by the waves. I see the life we never finished, a promise neither one could save. In water, all the noise begins to fade. The weight I carried slips away. In water, I finally see the cost of every moment that we lost. The surface shimmers like forgiveness, a fragile mirror made of light. I close my eyes and feel you near me, a fading warmth in endless night. If this is where the story settles, then let the river take my name. The final breath beneath the stillness, a quiet end to all my shame. In water, all the noise begins to fade. I carry slips away. In water, I finally see the cost of every moment that we lost. The morning breaks through fading shadows, a quiet light across the shore. Your voice still lingers in the distance, a memory I can't ignore. I feel the weight begin to loosen, a fragile piece beneath the pain. The road ahead is still uncertain, but I can breathe your name again. Leave appear with a whisper, a voice that calls me from below, a ritual carved into the silence, a truth I'm not supposed to know. If life can rise from ash and sorrow, then let the darkness be my guide, a path reborn through ancient echoes, a faith that pulls me from inside. Rebirth. The veil is breaking at the seams, a world reshaped by haunted dreams. Rebirth. I walk the line where shadows live, a life the fog will never give. Two voices calling from the distance, two roads that pull me into fate, one filled with light I barely trust, one shaped by all the things I hate, and somewhere in the space between, I hear your name and disappear.